guys, welcome to my channel. Now today's video is going to be my everyday makeup routine. So I get quite a lot of questions over on Instagram and here on my YouTube about what I'm wearing on my face. So I had the opportunity today, so I thought I'll film it for you. And to be honest, since I filmed my last one, I have changed quite a few. Yeah, there's quite a few things that have changed since the last time I did one. So I thought it was worthwhile filming it. I don't have a lot of time to get ready in the morning because obviously I've got to get the girls ready. So I probably dedicate like 10-15 minutes to doing my makeup. But I wear makeup every day, so I have got this on lockdown now. So if you're interested in see what I use to get this look, then just keep on watching. I've already put my skincare on. I've put on the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream. I use this every day. And then the Avene Factor 50 Be Protect Sun Lotion. I always wear sun cream on my face because you should. Because A, the aging, and B, as you can see under my eyes, I have really quite bad pigmentation, which is a nightmare and very difficult to cover. So that's my everyday like skin battle. And now I'm just going in with my new favourite foundation, which is the NARS, what's it called, it's a really long name, Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation, in the shade Stromboli. And then I just use a Primark beauty blender to bounce it all in. It's a really nice coverage, this one. It feels lightweight, but it is good coverage at the same time. And it just, yeah, it just goes on really nice. I mentioned it in my favourites video. We'll take it down my neck because it's a little bit dark for me because I've got no fake tan on. But yeah, it's a really, really nice luminous foundation, but it doesn't feel heavy on your skin, which I like. Quite a lot that have got good coverage sort of have a tendency to sort of sit on top of your skin and get really cakey throughout the day, but I don't find that with this. It just sits really nicely, everything goes on top really nicely, and it just lasts and lasts. And once that's all in, I go in with the Becca Under Eye, what's it called? Under Eye Brightening Corrector. I really like this stuff. It's really, really nice, especially if you've had a long night, you know, with the kids or what have you. We just generally sleep deprived for no reason, which seems to be me these days, because the kids don't really wake up, but I seem to tend to still wake up, which is slightly annoying. But I just pop a bit on with a brush and then just use my finger just to dab it in. It just lifts any darkness under there, really. It comes in a couple of shades for different skin tones. But I just use the light one. It's just really nice under concealer, so I just bang a bit of that one on. I don't always, just for days where I'm feeling like extra specially tired and haggard under the eyes. But I think mum bags are just a thing these days that I just always have. And then I go in with the Instant Anti-Age Eraser from Maybelline, just a cheapie. I have it in the shade Nude. I don't have like a really super bright under eye. I put that underneath and then I go in with a colour that's closer to my foundation, if you know what I mean, because I don't need it to be super bright. I'm not into that look. I don't think it works as you get older. So I just pop a little bit under my eyes and then on my eyelids just to cover any like veins or anything, and then just down my nose, on the top of my lip and my chin, and then just bounce that in as well. Okay, once the concealer's all blended out, I just go in with a little bit of the MAC Studio Fix Powder Plus Foundation in shade NC25. This is just quite a high coverage powder because I do still find I need that extra bit of coverage under my eyes. This pigmentation, man, if anyone's got any recommendations for anything that will get rid of it. I feel like I've exhausted all the creams and got it to as good as it's going to look. And yeah, I'm out of ideas now, so it might have to be like laser treatment or something, which is super expensive. I also just do down my T-zone and then on my chin with that. I don't go all over my face because I just don't find it needs it, to be honest. And then I go in with this. Now this has come about sort of background through my makeup collection because I've been doing my like project pan, so I'm trying to use stuff up, and I've actually fell back in love with it. And it's the Rimmel Radiance Brick. It sort of looks like that. I tend to stay away from the highlight, like the really highlight sort of end of it, but just sort of swirling it in here I really, really like. And I use it on an e.l.f. stipple brush, which again I really, really like as well. And I just sort of take it down the sides, not going down too low, but just really like warm up the face with that. And I do my cheeks, and then I'll do a bit on my forehead just to bring a bit of life because your face looks pretty flat once you've put foundation on and your concealer and everything, so it's just nice to bring a bit of shape back, fake some chiseled cheekbones and all that. So I just literally go down sides. Like I say, I just try and avoid this patch here and just keep it high there, and then down the neck. While I've got that bronzer out, I'm just going to take a little bit into my crease. Might need a mirror for this. I don't always do this, just if I've got time. This Real Techniques brush is dead quick for just shoving a bit in your crease. Just sort of adds a bit of definition, really. So after bronzer, I'll always go in with a little bit of blush. I like a bit of blush. I think it just sort of makes you look a little bit more awake, which is always the goal for me. That's all I'm trying to do really with makeup. And this is the MAC Warm Soul Mineralized Blush. It's really, really pretty, but quite subtle. Nothing crazy. I just pop that on my cheeks and just sort of bring it up a little bit. Just quite fresh makeup, really. I tend to concentrate more on the skin than anything else, because that's all I really have time for. And then just dab a little bit over my nose just to sort of tie it all in. But it's not too like crazy blush. It's just a nice subtle one. If you're a bit frightened of blush, this is a good one to start with, I think. Okay, onto highlighter. I use this one by Becca. It is the shade Champagne Pop. It's a very pretty blush. It's kind of like a, I don't know, like a pinky goldy kind of colour, if that's a colour. I don't know. But I've had this for ages again. I sort of mix up with my highlighters, and then I just use this really old brush, which I think was from Superdrug. I'm not entirely sure, but any brush will do. Even one of those fan brushes are quite nice for it. And just pack a load of that on. Sort of looks a little bit heavy when I put it on, but once I do the you see it there, once I put my like facial spray on and stuff, then I go over it again with my beauty blender. As you'll see, I'll do that now. I love this stuff. This is the Mario Badescu. If you've watched me for a while, you know I always use this. I just love it. I just think it's amazing. And I literally just coat my face in it. It's so refreshing when you're doing your makeup. It's lovely. So just waft that off. And then, once it's kind of mostly dry... Ow, I'm just hitting myself in the head. I need a fan. I keep saying I need a fan. I just keep not buying a fan. But once it's mostly dry, then I go over my face, because I don't like it to look powdery. And then just go over the highlight. So it sort of almost looks like it's your skin, if that makes sense. And not like powder sat on top. It just sort of makes it look like the glow's coming from within, rather than, you know, you're faking it with a highlighter. So that is the skin done. Now let's get some brows, because I always feel like I look a little bit crazy without any brows. And something that I've been really liking, and you will have seen it if you've watched my favourites video, is the Foolproof Brow Powder by Benefit. It's quite sort of literally foolproof. It's got the shape of an eyebrow, and then it's got a lighter shade and then a darker shade. And then it has got a little spoolie, which I do use. I could spend ages on my eyebrows, to be honest, but I just don't have the time, so I just do my best to get as better shape as I can in as little time. So some days are better than others. I think you just have good brow days and bad brow days, don't you? So just gonna take the lighter shade and go underneath and sort of fill out the bottom, and then go in with the darker shade on the tail. And then I always have to fill in my arches here just a bit more, because they're a bit lacking in hair. And then I just sort of brush through it a little bit, and then sometimes with this eyebrow I just put in a few sort of extra little fluffy hairs at the front, just using the lighter shade just to make it a little bit thicker at the front. But yeah, I could spend hours really. I think you just couldn't you, trying to perfect the perfect eyebrow, but I just don't got time in the mornings. So that would probably be the one done, so I will do the other one. Okay, so that is the brows done. I quite like that powder. I mentioned it in my favourites video, but just because of it giving a natural look. So if you are in a rush and you just, you know, it's quite easy to go wrong with your eyebrows or going too heavy. I figure if you're in a rush, just go for something a bit lighter, like a powder, and then if you sort of go a bit heavy-handed, it's not as bad as if you've used like a pencil or a pomade. Just find the powder's a lot softer. So then I just run over it with the Rimmel Brow This Way. It's just so cheap. I think it's like £4. I just get mine off Amazon. It's so good. Just a clear brow gel just to hold the brow hairs in place all day. Okay, so now I've done all my base makeup on my eyebrows, moving on to my eyelashes, which probably takes me the longest of anything. I could probably do all my base makeup on my eyebrows in the time it takes me to do my lashes. They're not naturally curly, so I go in with a Tweezerman eyelash curler, and then I have to use waterproof mascara, otherwise the curl just drops straight away. So I use the L'Oreal Paradise Ecstatic in shade Black, looks like that. And then I go in with this one, which I've actually found on Amazon. My mum got it me for Christmas just to try. It's not waterproof, but layered over the top of this waterproof one works really well, just amps it up a little bit. And it's called the Volume Longcara by Makeup for Season. Never heard of it, but it's on Amazon anyway. I'll link it down below. And it's just like a fibre mascara, so it just works really well just to amp it up a little bit, because I do like a full lash. I'm just not blessed with naturally curly lashes, which is a bit bugging, but hey ho. So I'll just give them a little curl, ow, without trapping my skin in there. And then just, yeah, layer up until I'm happy with it. Okay, all done with mascara. So that's like a couple of layers of the L'Oreal, and then that fibre one over the top, and then just a bit on my bottom lashes. I don't go crazy. And then I'm going in with this combo on my lips. So it's the MAC Strip Down Liner, which is a nice one. It's quite close to my like natural lip colour, so I can kind of overline a little bit with it. And then I go in with this. Now I really like this. It's so moisturising, and it's the NARS Afterglow Lip Balm in the shade Fast Lane. Makes your lips look very like pouty, and just an easy one to chuck on in the morning when you're just going to do the school run or you're going to work or whatever. So I quite want to get some more shades of these, but like I said, I'm on a bit of a no buy at the moment, so we'll see. We might be able to slip one in. That's them lined with the lip liner, and then I'm just going to put lashes of this on. Okay, so here's the finished makeup look. So looking slightly less dead than we did 10 minutes ago. But yeah, this is just about my limit of how much I have time for, but it's fine for me. I'm quite happy going out the door like this. So I usually just pop this little lip balm in my handbag and I'm good to go. So I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did like the video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and check me out over on Instagram. It's at Katie Walklet. But for now, bye.